Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Love Your Love Muscle. I'm Seb from the Transformational Meditation Group, the group that provides you this podcast or vodcast. And look who's back. It's
Hey everybody.
Erin. Hey, Erin. How have
How
you
are you
been?
guys doing? I've been doing chaotically wonderful and also coming off of another bout of the awesome coronavirus that's been going around. Awesome. Just awesome. So that is all cleared up, just the residual cough. But other than that, life has been great. And I honestly, it's just been a continuation of wonderful. How about you? What's been going on with you?
Same as always. Working hard. Just finished my last deep meditation session in the town where I come from of this year, and looking forward to starting up again in January. I'm just still debating if I'm going to do it in the same format. You can always say like never change a successful recipe, but well, maybe we need to do that. We'll see. I'm not just have to listen, meditate on it, listen to my heart, what is going to happen in 2026.
Well, I got to tell you, I really love the guided meditation that you did out by the water. That was a wonderful call. Very soothing. Definitely felt like the heart was opening. Just had to give you props on that.
I'm going to continue with those podcasts where we do the nature meditations. Also, when I'm doing them live in the summer with lots of people, they're lots of fun to do. Always meeting new people, tourists sometimes. They're great fun, and people really learn to appreciate the power that nature has and how balancing nature can be. Even though we're in an area, we are in a beautiful area, but we have the city nearby, some airplanes, some boats, and that also makes of an interesting meditation experience because whenever we meditate at home or whatever, wherever we are, there's always people around us, there are always distractions, and to learn how to turn those distractions into a non-distraction, like just incorporate it into your into your meditation, change your perspective on something, or your how you see some things. Like instead of a speedboat going by, you think, oh, this is irritating. I can't meditate. You're saying, oh, it's a speedboat. Interesting. People having fun on the water. You know,
Yeah, some
different
people
ways.
are different ways. Sorry.
Yeah, different ways to look at things, and also changing your perspective might also help changing your state of being, which again changes the way the things you experience in life, the things that come to you. It sounds easy when we talk about it, but it takes some practice. But it's so much fun when you get the hang of it.
It is. And you want to know what? You're right. It is a lot of work when you start. You basically have to be the bouncer of your own brain. And it's everybody wants to get in that club, and you have to be very selective with what thoughts are going to be allowed in. Like,
Yeah,
what's the dress code? So the way that you alter that, you did that in your video that I saw, and I can't wait to see the one that you post from today. But you did that, and it was a wonderful segue. Yep.
thank you.
De
Before we
nada.
before we get started, Erin, let's do what we always do for the listeners and viewers. Get everybody into a state of being of receivership, concentration, focus, because we're going to learn stuff here. Um, we're learning things, always useful information, and I would really like invite everybody to focus and listen and watch instead of getting distracted by thoughts as what is on my Instagram now and what is happening. Just center yourself and be with us. Be with Erin and me as we start this session. So sit up straight. Just move your shoulders, your neck, loosen up a bit. Close your eyes if you want to. And just breathe in deeply through your nose and out through your mouth. And letting the day go, letting everything go. And as you breathe out, center yourself. Feel that you get comfortable. And again, a nice deep inhale through your nose and out through your mouth. You can sigh, just letting things go off your chest, letting go. Beautiful. And breathe normally. Just breathe like you usually do. You might notice you're already breathing calmer and deeper. And just breathe even more calmly and deeply. Settling down even more with every out breath. Now focus on your heart space, and you can put your hand on your chest right where your heart is. And imagine breathing through your heart. Just imagine the air going in and out of your chest area. This does so good for your nervous system, balances your nervous system, and your heart becomes the conductor of that orchestra, which is your body. All the organs in your body, each are their own instrument. And just getting everything in sync and in balance. Calm down. Center ourselves in a heart space. Nice, calm, deep breaths through our heart. Just appreciate that moment. Feel how nice that is. Just getting back to your heart, to your core, to your being. And if you know medical terminology, the heart is called the core. COR. So that's no coincidence. And if you want to, just set the intention as you breathe through your heart to settle down, listen in, watch this episode, listen to this episode with an open mind, ready to learn new things, pick up important information that is important for you at least. You know when that is happening, that the information always comes through louder somehow. So, and we appreciate you for listening in and joining us today. And we hope the information, our talk, will benefit you greatly. All right. Well, get back to the room you are in and back to your device which you're listening and watching this on. And yeah, let's get started. Erin, like you said, you are recovering the last bits of COVID that are going
It's
out.
just the
So
dry cough.
yeah, well, do the magic of editing, we can we can remove the coughs and everything. So no,
I'm
no,
so sorry ahead of time. I'm going to try and stifle it. I have some hot
no.
coffee, which feels good on the throat, and I have
Oh,
water. I'm
everything
out of cough
beautiful,
drops.
beautiful. I wanted to talk about what you're recently. I'm following you on Vero True Social, and if you're not
Mhm.
aware of what Vero True Social is, try it out. Vero.co is their website. It's a social media platform with no algorithms, no commercials, no advertisement, and great people. I must say, very people are very creative. A lot of photographers, artists there. Vero has their own music label as well. A lot of music going on, video, uh, cinematographers are there. Wonderful gang. I really like. I've been there for many years, and I prefer it over Instagram and Facebook. Also, more engagement there than on Instagram and Facebook. Luckily, but yeah, try it out. But at least I'm following Erin there, and
And I
soon
follow you back.
soon there is a Erin will have a Patreon page as well, so that will be awesome. And all the stuff that Eric I'm sorry.
Don't worry, it happens all the time.
Erin is providing to us wonderful things. Amongst other things, face readings. Well, I've heard a lot about readings, like reading a coffee cup, Turkish coffee cup, tea
Mhm.
leaf reading, hand reading, but face reading is new to me. And I
Oh,
saw one of your Vero videos where you explained what it was. You had a whole tutorial about it almost. Yep, where you grab,
pick
where
it
you
out of there.
pick it out, yeah, and do a facial reading. But and you explained what it was about. It has to do with the eyes, how far your eyes are in your eye sockets, your facial expression. I mean, you know me a bit now. You give me this feedback as well. Whenever I talk, I have a lot of facial expressions, so it's hard for me to keep a straight face and and tell a lie. But yeah.
Well, you see, that's the thing. You are literally a product of your experience, your environment, your heritage, and your mindset. You are a huge amalgam of just consciousness. And I love this. And you come in with this baseline setting from the shape of your head to what organs and what placement they are, the hands and the feet that you have, the way that your face sits and every which way that you have an experience or you have an emotion and you have a reaction to it, you tweak the muscles, the tissue, the fibers in your face, everything that you are feeling, the more that you want to see something, the more that you're going to protrude yourself into that. But also you brought up the eyes. The eyes are truly the window of the soul. And one of the things I love about this is people can have very similar eyes and tell a completely different story. Like you have these eyes that are recessed and you have these eyes that have these wonderful hoods over them, but they stand out. And if I look at this and as I'm watching like your body language and things like that, you're somebody who is, you have an immensely high standard. You have a great high standard. And also you you're not just going to let people in, but you want to be included to see what it's about, to see if it's something that you even want to entertain with your time. And from what I can see with you, when we have eyes that are kind of like sloping down or like they look a little bit more on an angle, downward angle, this is more often than not somebody who can pinpoint anything in this situation that goes wrong. Like they are looking for the faults in this, not to just be like pessimistic or anything like that, but to be able to navigate any potential problems that would come about. And that really goes along with, the high standard that you have. You're not going to let anything just bypass you. With the way that our eyebrows sit, like this is a major protector for us. If we have a really developed brow bone, this is somebody who has dealt with, you know, the way that they react to trial and tribulation is they want to take action. They want to take control of it. They want to problem solve. If there's no buildup on the brow bone, if they don't have that prominent one, then they could see the very same thing, but they're not going to keep taking in all the information until they can have a real world application for it. So they could have similar eyes, but a totally different approach to something. And like you have, if I look at your face, you have a wider mouth. It's not a smaller mouth. This is somebody who you can talk to anyone or anything, but you have these wonderful little divots on the side. So I can almost guarantee you that you have the most unknown secrets about a person and you could take them to the grave. You are a secret keeper. You will hold this in high regard. I don't think that you're using it as something to use against somebody, but you are immensely a trustworthy person because you're not letting anything out. And that is a really cool feature. But also with sorry, I derailed from the brows and went to the lips. But the closer that somebody's eyebrows are, the more that they have this confrontation with authority and they are not just going to take things lying down. Now, somebody who could have a wide space between their eyebrows can still be confrontational to authority, but the way that they go about it is going to be immensely different. The way that you and I would approach things would be vastly different. You're going to get right up in their face and challenge them if it's something that you truly do believe in. With me, I'm going to zero in. I'm going to focus. I'm going to get the facts, and I'm going to create a case. You're going to throw things at that person immediately if you truly do believe in it. You're not going to wait to build the case. You're going to be like, you want to know what? Heck to the no. This is not happening on my watch. Sorry. And you are somebody who you can spot somebody coming a mile away, but you really want to welcome them in. I don't think that you're naive in the slightest. I think that you see somebody's BS and want to give them an opportunity to go another way. So when I say that to you, does that make sense?
Yeah. Well, we talked about what I found funny is like the eyebrows, because I always have a unibrow, or maybe you could call it a unibrow already. Is that true with the what people, because people most likely have questions about it. Is it true like um, people with a unibrow that it's let's say distracting, but people mistrust them, and a lot of criminals have a unibrow.
I don't think that it's mistrust as much as it is being guarded.
Mm.
So it's not that you're telling the wrong thing. I don't know if you're going to get quiet and then go in for the attack. So that's where that confrontation is. It is not a bad aggression. It's how do you direct it aggression. And I'm looking at like even how the face shape goes with you and also how the ears are even sitting on your head. You are somebody who's so immensely down to earth, but you think outside of the box from the tilt of where your ears are. And I want to say that you're not a conformist, but you're not a nonconformist. You are going to try and play this the middle ground of what is going to work best for you. But above all, you're going to listen to your inner monologue about what is what, because sometimes you'll have to cave in on something and then go in for the attack later because you don't have everything that you need at that time. And I don't think that you are a very submissive guy. I think that you have been um, probably led to have to portray that in certain situations, but it's all a facade. You're not submissive in the slightest. And in fact, your belief system holds you so tightly that your faith is completely unshakable. And that is a real strong way that you navigate your life. And it leads into every single action that you do in the day. It's something that I find immensely wonderful. And as you have gotten older, Seb, your intuition has gotten just more spot on and only reinforced your faith. You are what I would consider to be an unshakable and unbreakable person. And with the
For
research that you have done in your field, it only makes sense.
for those listening and watching, I have to say what Erin is saying right now is 99% spot on. And it's not because we know each other for a long time either.
Hmm.
We have talked to each other maybe 4 times, and always did a recording of the podcast afterwards. So we don't know each other that well, basically. And she already from the first moment or the second time we talked was face reading me, and so pretty correct already. So if you're watching this and thinking, yeah, they know each other so well, that's not true. We only have talked to each other how many hours? Maybe 6, 7 total.
Maybe, and that is being generous. But
Yeah,
yeah, no, the thing is, once you do this, you can't not do it. All right. If
yeah,
I'm thinking about somebody, I'm thinking about their face. It's just, it becomes automatic and you have to love it. You have to love what you do. Like if you're doing this and it's just something that's monotonous, you're going to avoid everybody. But it's like you have to be a people person in order to do this. And the work that you do, you have to be a people person,
yeah,
but you're a very protective people person. You've seen so many people get swindled and you have seen disappointments in various areas of your life. And you're like, no more, no, not this time. You will expose a fake person if you see them taking advantage or trying to create a following off of that. And I think that's one of the coolest things about you. So yeah, no, I definitely read your features. The thing is, you're a genuinely good person. And I'm not saying that to fluff your ego. So there's so many people in these podcasts that have this overinflated, arrogant sense of self where their word is the word of God. And it's pathetic when they do that. But you,
Mm.
when you're doing this, you you talk amongst the people because you are the people. And that's what makes you such an amazing leader when you get into this. And you definitely have leader qualities because I'm looking at this wide set chin area. This is somebody who's going to stick their chin out for you, who is going to say what other people won't, and nothing but props. So this is something that I had been doing for, I guess, most of my life. I didn't even have a name to put to it until a few years ago, but you take the reins off and it's like, okay, let's call a spade a spade. This is what we're doing. So it kind of fell into that. But yeah, it's you have to have a passion for it. And I think that one of the most outstanding individuals, he's called the human lie detector. He hates it because he thinks that humans are fallible, obviously. And he doesn't think that he's correct 100% of the time. It's Paul
Mm.
Ekman from the Paul
Yeah.
Ekman, yeah, project. And I'm in his course and I've been brushing up on the micro expressions because even though I've been doing this for years, there's still new things that are coming out and people are still evolving. So what is the little thing that you could possibly miss? A macro expression lasts 2 to 5 seconds. A micro expression is 1/25th of a second because you're trying to conceal what it is you're actually feeling. And that is a baseline. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah. But it's
Okay.
that's like you have to, if you want to do that, you have to, I mean, wouldn't you have to look very intensely and closely to somebody when they
What are
talk?
you
Yeah.
talking
Like
about,
so,
Willis?
yeah. Something like that. Yeah. Like really
Kind of.
intense staring at someone and to try to pick up things, or are they repeating the same micro expression over and over again at certain
The
points?
more the more that you do it, the more easy it becomes. So, in talking with you or anybody, I'm just talking to you normal,
Mm.
but my visual of you, it's becoming more attuned, more aware. I'm picking
Mm.
up all of your mannerisms, all of your features, even the way that you nod your head back, even the way that you flare your nostrils,
Mm-hmm.
because you, you're very generous. And that's something that again, you don't really necessarily see unless you're humanitarian and you happen to be. And the thing is, you will give people whatever it is that you can give at a time if they genuinely do need it, almost to a fault. You've had to pull yourself back because it can get to a detrimental point for you. And I think that you have a higher ranking of when to quit for yourself, and you don't necessarily know when to quit in the past. Now I think you have a better handle on it.
Mm-hmm.
But it would actually get to the point of Seb suffering. So you had to rein that back in. Is that
Mm.
fair to say?
Yeah, in the past I was depleting myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. So you are a walking storyteller and you don't even realize it. Everything that you have done, everything that you've gone through, every which way that you have felt, even though you try and conceal it, and you can conceal it for the most part, it's going to come out because your story wants to be told. The thing is, you are somebody who's highly influential with the people around you because you want to help so many people. You want to help them and turn their lives around. And that's where your key point is.
Mm.
You can't be as infiltrating as you are unless you are that intention. Does that make sense?
Well, I don't want to be infiltrating.
I mean this in a positive way.
Yeah.
You will see where somebody is grappling with something. You're not going to invade them, but
No.
you're going to be able to get into the nook and cranny, show them their safety and power in it and
Mm.
pull them
Mm.
out.
Yeah. I did that before. I was like telling them the solution to things. I'm not doing that anymore.
No, they'll find the solution on their own, but
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
going to show them where the door is like, hey,
Yeah.
look, you
Yeah.
turn the knob like this, you can
Yeah.
go in.
You might want to look that direction.
Easter eggs hidden in
Yeah.
plain sight.
Yeah, yeah.
It's absolutely amazing.
Subtle
So
hints. Mm. That's what I love
So,
about this work.
oh God, yeah. But also, let me tell you, as you evolve, you as Seb, whoever is watching this, as you evolve, as you age even, your face is going to change from your experience. So if you have, like, say, a really strong, prominent brow bone or cheekbones or a really long, pointy nose, the more that you act or behave in a certain way, that feature is going to change. Your nose is never going to stop growing, but you can mitigate like the expression of it. And this is not going to happen overnight. We're talking years, and we're talking other features that are going to have to override that to have a different expression in that. And your brows, like, they might become more smooth. They might become more sparse or more knotted, but it's going to change in time. So where you may have been high strung before, you may have learned to relax, and now you have more relaxed features, more soft and rounded features. You're a guy who gets the facts, but you're also a guy who gets so many of the facts, unless you manicure them, it's going to invite chaos. And I feel like chaos has been a prominent thing. And if you want to mitigate that, it's said in like the features and everything like that. If you can manicure that, then you can start to change the portrayal of chaos in that. It's going to be micro at first, but like everything else, it's a personal evolution. So it's, again, you are a constant evolutionary story, and you are never going to be the same person in the next minute. You're, we're not who we were 5 minutes ago, for God's sakes.
No, always changing. Change is the only constant, is to say.
Yes.
Mm.
Mhm.
Um, I, how do we? I'm a guy. I
Yeah.
don't wear makeup naturally. I know some guys start doing that, but
Oh, yeah.
like, how is that with women? How do you do face read a woman
Okay.
that says lots of makeup or plucks their eyebrows?
Oh, yeah.
Maybe they have a unibrow, but it's all gone.
Yeah. I had a unibrow when I was younger. Okay, so first off, my 19-year-old, my son Richie, he wears guy liner. He's in his goth phase. And I'm just like, okay, I see my young son right there, and he's trying to be this, you know, he's going through a goth stage. And then, you know, he's all about like this edgy, spiky look. But say for like women who have eye makeup, I used to do the cat's eyes, and I still do sometimes, but eyeliner, emphasizing this, emphasizing, especially with the colors that you could use. When we are looking at our eyelashes, sparse eyelashes, they just want the detailed facts right there. They don't want to mess around. They don't want to fluff around emotions. And again, look at the other features to see how this marries with that personality type. But if somebody has lush eyebrows or eyelash extensions, and they have like a very thick eyelash going on, this is somebody who's trying to seem more softened and welcoming. So you marry that with somebody who's maybe wearing this heavy accented eye makeup. This is going to show that you can be massively intense, but also you don't want that person to be afraid. You want to show that you are welcoming, but you're also not going to be taking crap either. And when we have really thin, like say you have pencil thin eyebrows. Me, I don't have pencil thin, but if you have like pencil thin eyebrows, and I'm not even talking about the angles on that yet, this is somebody who really does care about what other people think about them, how they
Mhm.
feel about them. They want to change their behavior to be more accepted by that. If you have a really thick, prominent, hairy eyebrow, you are very self-aware. You know who you are. You know what you're capable of, and you're putting your foot down. It's a very masculine, not gender-oriented, but masculine quality to have. If
Yeah.
if you have really sharp angled eyebrows, that's a very intense person who has to be right. They have to be right. They're not going to say something if they're going to feel like you're going to get one over on them. Rounded eyebrows are somebody who can be very courageous, but also if you have, thin but full eyebrows like this, and if you have eyebrows that go to the end over here, this is somebody who's very wise and has had certain experiences that have really shaped them to be more calm and kind of investigating in that situation. Depending on the colors that, let's say, a woman or a man would use to color their lash, not eyebrows, sorry, not eyebrows, not eyelashes, but the eyelids. depending on that color, it's going to emphasize and um, that not only that person's demeanor, but like if they say they have green, they're going to be seen and seeing things a little bit more compassionately. If it's blue, it's a little bit more emotional, maybe sometimes in the low vibes. It really depends. But there's different shades of blue. And the red, that is obviously intensity and passion. So it really does matter um, how the features are interacting and then the colors that you choose to use and the ways that you represent yourself. If you're, say that your eyes are open really wide like this, like I have the white going over the top and the bottom. This is, if somebody is walking around with this expression, then this is somebody who's walking around with a heightened level of shock, wanting to take everything in.
Mm,
If
mm,
somebody has these bulbous eyes and they are standing out like that, even recessed, um, this is somebody who doesn't want to let people in, but wants to be included to investigate. But if you have these outward eyes that are bulbous, you want to be included with everybody. You want to let people in. You want to be seen. You want to interact. And if they're recessed in and if they're small eyes, I mean, you're a fortress. You don't want to let squat in. And depending on how the eyelids sit, either from the bottom or the top, this is going to be either fear or anger or just disinterest or disassociation. But what I also love is the ears, because the size of the ears and the way that they sit is going to tell you a lot. So you're not somebody who's a conformist, and you're not somebody who is going to just run all willy-nilly. You're going to conform when it is absolutely necessary for a very specific purpose, and it's usually going to work out for the best. But if somebody has really closed in ears, like really close to the head, you can't see them if you're looking straight, this is somebody who's going to go, in more cases, again, look at the other features with the Joneses. If you have ears that are sticking out, you're going to be somebody who is very unique, marches to the beat of their own drum, and kind of um, can't be contained. But also pay attention to the inner ear, because this protrudes out. And if it protrudes out, then this is somebody who's going to listen to their inner voice rather than everyone else. And it also matters which side of the ear this is going on, because both ears are different. If somebody
yeah.
has, hmm?
Yeah, I'm just surprised now. Yeah, I'm learning
Yeah.
so much. Go on. Yeah.
Again, it's you have to love it. You have to have a passion. It has to be obsessive. So like if this internal ear is pushed in, let's say on this side, I'm going to listen to what everybody's telling me, because for whatever reason, I mean, it could be either I think they know more than me, or it's just I want to be able to fit in, or this is going to get me ahead. There could be various reasons, not just those three. But if it's on this side and this is my intimate circle, this is the feminine side, again, not equating to gender, then what this is going to tell me is you are going to be listening to what your intimate circle says, because for whatever reason, maybe you have more respect for what they have to say than what your words are, but it doesn't always work out like that. Maybe you want to create a sense of camaraderie with them. But if you have a really prominent ear and it has that inner ear sticking out, you're going to still listen to everybody. You're going to listen to everybody, but it's not going to trump your own inner monologue and your inner knowing to make either a decision or take an action. But if you have like, all right, moving from the ears, and if an ear is leaning back, you think outside of the box. But if you have an ear that is sitting upright, what this is going to tell me is that you have a more linear way of thinking. You're going to look at all the different boxes. You're going to look at all the criteria, all the grids and everything like that. But the slanted back ear, again, look at the other features and how that marries with them. It's going to be like, okay, I see this, but what's going on over here about this? How can I get this all to connect? The lips. Now, if we look at the lips, a big mouth, a big wide mouth, that is going to be somebody who is going to be very social. They're going to be very outgoing. If they have thin lips, it really depends on the type of thinness. If a lip is rolling inwards, then this is somebody who is very reserved, can spot somebody's agenda a mile away, and they are waiting to cast their chips in on that. If you have big, full lips, this is talking about being highly emotional. And the more wrinkles that you have, like that create these little crevices in the lips, the more prominent those are, the more emotionally, um, what's the word that I'm looking for? Um, the more emotional input I guess, you try to have in other people's lives. But
Mm.
there's also a deep line that can go through the lips over here. And what this is talking about is being the entertainer of the group. So if you have a small mouth, you're going to be a little bit more reserved. You're going to be a little bit more reclusive there. That's kind of the word that I wanted to use. And the smaller that your lips are, the more that you are just going to be less, well, the more that you're going to be less saying or outgoing or talking to people, inviting them in. And again, look at the shape of them to see what it is. If you have these little dips over here, more likely than not, you are going to be the secret keeper. You are a walking diary who knows the most unexpected things about people and groups of people or whatever it is. If we have these deep lines over here, these are talking about our hidden emotions, the repression that we do, and going into dimples, the charm aspects that we have. And those can fall into the lines over here. There's so many nooks and crannies, and even the way that your face crinkles when you smile, and the lines that come up here, the way that your moles sit on your face, or even freckles, all of that, it tells a story. And there are no two faces that are exactly alike. And I don't care if you're an identical twin, that like the skin prints that you have on yourself are going to be as different as a thumbprint. So that you're going to be having a different story, a different perspective. There are no two perspectives on the planet in the way that we all interact, which is why we need to have more empathy and understanding and compassion and effort. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Funny with the twins as well, because they start out being identical, and once they get separated and start their own lives, they change
Hmm.
physically as well. And I reckon the face as well. They look similar, but differences are getting more and more.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And and different aspects can start to grow in even twin faces. Like you have one twin who can maybe have like a blank slate of a face, and the other one starts to have all these like little cherry moles or these little moles or these freckles or these divots that start to show up on it. That's going to start to tell a slight difference, and none of it is inherently bad. I mean, there are certain features that a person can carry on their face, which really does talk about like repressed feelings that may not be so positive, like rage even. If somebody has a big development over here and it kind of triangulates over here, that is somebody who has the most unbreakable willpower for God knows what at the point in time. But the more that we have a puffiness around our eyes, as long as you don't have a medical condition, again,
Mm.
there's not everything is an exact science on this. Trust me, I'm very aware of that. But studies that they have done in consistency have shown these traits show this. If you have huge puff covers on the eyes and on the under eyes, this is talking about somebody who could have a lot of repressed rage, or I do want to stick with rage on this. And I've seen people who have the repressed, that huge puffiness going on. And when you see their wrath, it is frightening.
Mm.
And I mean, they can talk themselves off a ledge. These aren't things that are going to be a walking, death trap or anything like that. A person can learn to control and mitigate their expression of it, but it's going to take time. And that's where the kind of wisdom comes in. Like you have, if I look at your face for wisdom, you carry that in your eyebrows because they go all the way out to here and they're something that is very soft and warm. But you still take no crap. I'm just going to put that out there, Seb.
Yep.
So there's so much that goes into face rating, but it always leads to micro expressions, body language, and
Yeah.
that it's a floodgate that you just have to love. You know what I'm saying?
I think what will be interesting with the AI things coming up as well, like how real AI becomes.
Mhm.
you still see by facial expressions of the AI that it's not a human being. It's
Mhm.
artificially. You still notice it. I think we're picking up on that as human beings. Like, yeah, this look very real, but there's some things off. And I think
Yeah.
what you're talking about, like those micro expressions, that sort of things, we pick up on that, even if we're not focused on it or aware of it. We subconsciously we pick it up. Like there's something off here. Some
Mhm.
things aren't completely as I'm used to seeing when I talk to a real human being. So I think this is going to be very interesting as well for people in general who also want to maybe are interested um, in um, in stuff like, okay, how can I see or train myself in looking at videos and saying, okay, this is an AI person.
And you're gonna have to look at all the little fine-tuned things. And
Yeah,
what I have noticed, because AI is getting a lot harder to recognize even now
yeah,
in the months that it's passed, there's a certain polish that kind of goes over it and a certain angle to it where it is the most ridiculous angle in the most ridiculous position. And these people are having it's polished, but they're having this weird interaction that makes no sense.
yeah, yeah.
If I could make a suggestion, if you really want to see some ridiculous AI just to have a good what the heck laugh, look at Sora. Like, what the heck is
Oh
that?
yeah,
You'll see cats using machine guns, and it's like, I guess that works.
yeah.
Sure, this is an AI.
Can be great fun, but we have to be mindful of how we use it as well.
Oh God,
Um,
yeah.
yeah. But it's a tool, and we have to make sure we know how to use it in the best possible way for good instead of bad. Um, this was so enormously interesting and such a floodgate with information, and
Yeah.
I wish I had a notepad and just write things down as well. But of course, we have to be recording, so we can always look it back step by step. Is this something you're going to put as a course or a workshop on your Patreon page?
I'm going to be working on developing the course, yes, but also I do have private reads for people where they could actually just have me do this for them. But also with the Patreon, I was thinking about taking non-copyright stuff or having people either donate material and having me dissect it and giving their feedback and showing them how to do it themselves.
Awesome. Well, looking forward to that, and I hope we have your link ready in time to put it under this video. I want to wrap it up. It was a great joy listening to you,
It
and
was so much fun.
I noticed myself becoming more aware, looking at your facial expressions as well, trying to understand who is Erin.
Oh
And
God.
I'm sure tomorrow when I meet customers and clients that I will be looking at their face and they may be thinking, "What are you looking at?"
What's the story that you're telling? What are you trying to not tell me in this
Yeah,
instance? Okay, I got you.
yeah,
Yeah, no, it's a lot of fun. And again, you really,
yeah.
once you do it, you're not doing it. And my significant other, he'll look at people and he'll be like, what does their face say? And I'm like, it says I want French fries. Come on. And it's fun and it's great. So once you do it, it's gonna pick up. So,
Yeah. Yeah. And that's it. It's not only interesting, it's great fun as well. It's fun to do and
yeah.
experiment with. And I mean, like you talk about the ears, the mouth, and especially the eyes and eyebrows. I mean, there's so many combinations there, of course.
Right?
So it's like it's a never-ending story. People and the people are unique. And I
Hmm.
guess I'm guessing right now from what you've told me, like you can read that uniqueness from their facial expression, from how they yeah animate their face as well.
It really kind of flips over judging a book by its cover, doesn't it?
Yeah, yeah, amazing. Yeah, this
Thank
was
you so
so
much
much
for
fun.
having me.
This was so much fun, Erin. Looking forward to the next time.
Hmm.
Uh, Oh, well, let's not plan on any topics. We'll see what comes up.
It
And
tends to happen naturally.
yeah, we originally wanted to talk about loneliness, but we thought, nah, with the holidays coming up and everything like that, let's do that some other time. And let's keep it lighthearted. And this was perfect. So thank you so much, Erin, for joining me. Thank you, everybody, for watching and listening in.
Thank you
I
so
hope
much
you
for
found it
having me again.
just as exciting and interesting as I found this to be. And yeah. Of course, follow Erin. All the socials are underneath somewhere down here, and uh, and of course join her Patreon as well when that comes up.
Yep, I'll be working on that this week because the old one got taken away with my old phone number, so I had to start a new one. But you guys will be getting that. Yay!
Yay! All right. Thank you. Okay,
Thank you
bye
so
everyone.
much.
Take good care.
Have a great week.